Hello, this is E. I'm in the studio and I wanted to go over some really quick tips on the music production process. Um, First of all, it's really important to note that there's a difference between music production and producing beats and producing loops. Uh, Somebody can go into the production business thinking that they can succeed simply by knowing how to do loops and how to do beats, but that's not true. Very few people actually do succeed going that route. It's because there's a really deep process in the music production creation process, or there's a deep train of thought, I should say. Um, you have to know the difference between a major chord, a major scale, minor scale, and the different variants of the minor scale. And I wanted to go over the different variants of the minor scale really briefly. There's other scales too I want to go over in later videos, but right now I just wanted to cover those. There's the harmonic minor, the melodic minor, and the natural minor. And the most recognizable minor would be the natural minor. That's going to be the scale that's three keys below the that dominant major chord or major scale, I should say. And knowing just by knowing that fact, you can get a lot further in creating music because the difference between a major and a minor scale is the mode, or it's actually Greek for mood. The mood between a major and a minor is pretty much happiness or uh, the eagerness to get somewhere. Like if you're in the song, like production actually includes writing songs too. You have to know the ambience of the mood for that particular passage or that corridor of the song. It's so amazing. It's phenomenal. It gives me chills thinking about it. I just love it so much. It's something to go over. If you don't know your scales or the difference. What happened? That was weird. Anyway, if you don't know the difference in the major or minor harmonic values, I suggest going to school, picking up a piano class. There's lots of eHow books, but just by understanding those and actually appreciating their values, you can get a lot further. You'll learn all about tetrachord, what the tetrachord actually is, and and that's something you should really look into before you start to try to decipher what the differences are among the different minors, the minor complex. Um, Grasp what a tetrascale is, or a tetrachord. Tetrachord is 1, 2, 3, 4. That's one tetrachord. It's also an old Greek thing. It's tetra, four, tetra. And then there's an upper tetrachord, and this is on all scales. And you can pretty much break that down by going major. They're all going to sound great harmonically. And then in the minor, you can break down the different minor harmonics by going, okay, the bottom four tetras are going to stay the same, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But then when you get up into the upper tetra, it's gonna stay the same for the natural harmonic, or not natural harmonic. I'm sorry, for the natural minor, 1, 2, 3, 4. But when you get into the harmonic, it's gonna go 1, 2, up, and what that's gonna be is an augmented. That's gonna be an augmented second on the three position on your left hand or right hand. Anyway, that's the harmonic minor, and then the melodic minor. Because the harmonic minor was created about 400 or 500 years ago, the artists and writers back then, there weren't really producers, but artists and writers back then decided that they needed something a little bit less exotic sounding. Because if you actually look at that scale and you play it, when you get into the second tetrachord, the right hand, the upper part of the scale, you're going to notice that if you do play the harmonic minor, that augmented second on the three finger, going from the two finger to the three finger, it really does create an exotic sound. Like it's like bom 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 bom. Like you can definitely. It's not supposed to go like that. It's supposed to go bom 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 bom. It's like bom 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 bom. Like it's noticeable. And so what artists and writers back then did was to kind of fix that because it sounded great with certain things, but not with everything. They created the melodic minor scale. And what that does is it actually augments the two finger too. And so it goes bum 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 bum. Like it actually fixes it a little bit, but then to counterbalance that, um, it it doesn't sound that great if it's played always like that. So to counterbalance that, writers of the classical period decided, well, what we'll do is we'll play it like that, going up the melodic way, and then going down, descending. On the ascent, they'll play it like that, and on the descent, you can go through it just like a natural minor. Just don't play any sharps if you're in the key of A minor. Um, Stuff like that. I just can't even begin to explain how grateful I am that I know this stuff because it's really important information. And even if you never plan on writing with a classical mindset, it's you might work with artists that want to write like that. And so having that piece of information available and know how to utilize it, it really helps. And I want to make another video after this one explaining what the differences are between the different modes of, or not different modes, a mode is major minor, the different scales of minor, because it actually makes a lot more sense once I go in a little bit more deep, the detail. It has to do with cadences and the perfect fifths and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy this video. I hope you learned something, and like this video if you did. Have a good one.